Hey guys, Tepcocyclerepair. So today we're going to be fixing the dash on this 2003 Chevy Silverado. This drives me crazy. You can see here it's all broken and the clips in the front are just disconnected from the dashboard, so it flops all around. You can see it's all bouncy here and it got a couple of cracks in it. Drives me absolutely crazy. Let's get this fixed. All right, so the easiest way is to pressure wash this paint off. This is painted from the factory, so don't feel, that it's not the right way to do it to paint it. This is how it's done, and it is called vinyl dye, is the SEM product, so just blast it off with the pressure washer and let's get it dyed up. All right guys, so now that it's all blasted off, I'm going to use some, this is just some Dawn, same thing I use for tinting windows. It's Dawn and water and a gray scuff pad. I'm going to go ahead and scrub it all down. The SEM product says to use their SEM soap. It's just a degreaser to make sure there's no oils or anything on there, so this works fine. I am going to be using the SEM plastic prep after this, which also helps get any dirt or oil or anything off. So let's get it scrubbed up. All right, so it's all done here, scrubbed up. I'm going to hose it off and get the shop ready to bring it in there to paint. Every step you take, it's a prep, so make sure that you pay attention. It's another opportunity to see if you missed anything where you got to take a little bit more paint off here and there where you missed it, but this one's completely stripped. It's ready to go. All right, so as I'm getting this ready to paint, this dashboard only has one issue, and this piece is broken right here. Okay, so I'm going to use some hot glue, some Stanley hot glue in here, heating it up at 100 watts. It should be just fine, and it'll take care of this. It just has to hold it in. These are the guides that hold this part of the board, the dashboard, from flopping around. So you want these all to be secure. So check all those and repair them if you need to before you put the board back in. All right, that should do it there. Solid again. Flip it back over. Okay, so the next step here is going to be to use the vinyl prep. Now, I'm going to add a couple steps to this because I've been painting for a long time, and if you just go straight to this, I'm not sure it's going to be perfect. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use some plastic prep. This is basically rubbing alcohol. This is the Omni AU, the MX192. If you smell it, it smells like rubbing alcohol. And I'm going to use a tack rag in between everything to try to get every little bit of lint. And if you look, there's little tiny pieces in there. You can see here. And those little things right there, you don't want any of that. And, so we're going to take care of that. Now with this plastic prep here, after I'm done wiping it down with this, I'm going to spray this on it. You're supposed to spray this on and then wipe it off with a damp cloth. I guess it's just a cleaner. It's not actually a coating. It does say it temporarily softens substrate. I don't know, but they want you to wipe it afterwards, so I'm not sure how that's going to work, but we'll give it a shot. Let me get it wiped down. See, and that tack rag is great at picking up things you just can't see. So that's why you got to use one of these things. They're cheap. All right, let's spray this prep vinyl prep on there. And it says a real light coat, don't soak it on there. I mean, I'm spraying it pretty far away, it's still dumping a lot on. Okay, now I'm just going to wipe it off with a damp sponge, as per the directions. All right, so with the plastic prep on there, it gives it this kind of shiny look. It's pretty dry on here now, but everything sticks to it, like this little bug right here, see? Get him off of there. But it's ready. And also, if you left any like gray on here or any of the old surface, some of it will peel up if it's on there too heavy. So just put a light coat on there, and we're just going to let it set up. All right, so there's no instructions about dry time on this vinyl prep. I let it kind of set up, and it's still, looks kind of wet, but it doesn't really feel wet. Even on the can, the paint can, it just says to use it and then wipe it off with a damp rag, but it doesn't say anything about dry time. So I think we're good. I'm going to go ahead and shake this up real good and then start putting some light coats on. All right, let's do it. I have an exhaust fan on and I'm turning the AC on in between filming to keep the air dry in here. Light coats. And where these bugs are all coming from. I'm going to let that set up and keep my fan on. Alright guys, we're getting there. That's 2 coats. I'm going to let this one set up. Coming along. Alright guys, so this is 3 coats, and I want to show you something that, again, it doesn't say it on the can, but that plastic prep, you don't want to leave it wet anywhere. Like, you want to wipe it all off. And if you can see, there's a good spot right there. See where that's shiny? That's where the plastic prep was a little bit, I guess, wet, not completely wiped off. So when it dries okay, but you can kind of see the areas where that was. See right there? Still a little bit wet there. So you want to make sure you wipe all of that off. And I'll see how this comes out. If it doesn't fully dry the way I want, I'll wipe it all off, start again. But I think it's coming out good. Right, I just finished the coat, so it still looks a little wet. So let's get it dried up and we'll see. Alright guys, so this is like 5 light coats, and I gotta say I'm really not happy with this product. And when I say product, I mean the plastic prep. Because there's no clear instructions on it about how long to leave it on or anything, this is dry. Alright? And it's got like shiny and dull spots, if you can see that. I think if I did this again, I wouldn't use that plastic prep. I'd just clean it really good with the alcohol, let it dry, and then shoot it straight. And something else happens if, like this section right here, there was a little bit of paint left on here. Okay? Every time you put a coat on it, it wants to lift it. So you got to make sure that you get it all off. See that? So I'm going to let this dry up some more. And I'll put one more coat in and call it a night, and then check it all in the morning and see if those shiny spots dull down. But if not, I think I'm going to scuff the whole thing and start over. I'll just hit it with a gray scuff pad, no big deal, but I'm really not happy with that. See, areas where it was completely dry, it looks perfect. But, you know, see those shiny spots right there? Yeah. No bueno. Alright guys, so this is the next morning, and good news, everything looks awesome. The shiny and dull spots that I was seeing are completely gone. Everything is evened out. Looks great. No problems here. Good deal. Alright. I'm happy. Looking forward to mounting it up. Alright guys, so getting this dashboard out is pretty simple. The only thing you got to pay attention to is the little sensor up here. All it does is twist. You can kind of see it's just a little twist. You just twist that out and it'll drop right out and then put it into the new one. So this trim piece right here just pulls out. You just grab it and pull it. It's got clips behind it, and then I'll show you what we got to do for the dashboard. Alright, so with this piece out here, it just has pushing clips, okay, all the way around. They just push into here. I have to put it all the way down into low, and I put the steering wheel down to just make it easier to get out. So to take the dashboard out, it's one of the easiest dashboards I've ever taken out. So basically on both sides you have 2 Phillips head screws. Alright, you got one here and one there. And then you have these 7mm that go around this perimeter right here. 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, and when you get over here, let me show you how to do this. So these just pull out. Now I got another set here that I took out of the truck that I got the dashboard, so I can show you guys. These little locking tabs, see, all they do is push in and hold themselves in place. So all you gotta do is get behind it on the sides here and just gently pry it out and it'll come right out. All right, so I just pried it here a little bit, held here and just kind of pulled it and just worked it out gently, and this whole thing is just gonna come straight out of here. All right, got this foam. So we're gonna try to fix a little bit so your heat AC don't blow underneath your dashboard. All right, and then you have another Phillips head there, and then we're gonna pull this one out the same way. All right, Phillips head right there. Now to get this handle out, it's real simple. If you look inside of here, there's a white tab. See that white tab? Just push it in. All you do is push the tab in, and then you pull this, and then you pull the arm at the same time. All right, so I just pushed it in with my right hand, and I pulled it out a little bit to the other side, back and forth, and then this thing just slides out. All right, so right behind here on this top part, there's a couple of those push-in metal clips that are right behind here. So when you pull the dashboard out, you're going to pull it straight out. But before you do that, you got to make sure you take out these A-pillars right here, these covers. They have push-ins also, so you need to get those and pop those out on both sides. All right, you can see the push-ins right here, and they just go into the bottom part right here. All right, that's why you got to take it out, because it hooks into there. All right, so I'm going to pull that one out on the other side, and all I did is hook it over the top right in here and just pulled it out and to pop those out. So I'm going to do the other side. All right, same thing on this side, one push-in clip on the top, and then the two hooks that just slide into that back corner there. Now, what happens here with these is there's like hooks that sit on the dash underneath it. They're metal and they push onto clips on here, and I'll show you when I get this one out. But the back side is just going to hook in, and that's what's going to stop it from bouncing like this. These are broken, obviously. You can see them bouncing around. So when I pull this dash out, I'll show you that. So when you get the new ones in, you got to slide those in, and the clips that are right over here on this part, and push it straight back. And don't forget your sensor, and I'll show you how to get that out. You can just grab it and turn it, and it'll, see, now it's ready to come out. So let's get the dashboard out. All right, so I got everything out, screws in here, 7mm all the way around, and you're gonna grab it and you're just gonna pull it. All right, these two clips, remember, they're right here, going straight in, and also you have the hooks in the back. So we're gonna grab it, pull it out. And those are the hooks I'm talking about, and you can see these right here, okay, are not supposed to be in here. They're supposed to come out with the dashboard. So these will unhook like that, and this is why your dashboard gets all floppy, is because these are supposed to be attached to it and they break. So let's go pull this one out. This thing is completely out now, so I'm just going to get and pull it all the way out and go grab the new one. So of course when it came out, it fell into pieces because it's just so dry and brittle. So this is what I'm talking about on the back side. These are the two that are right over the airbag that push in. Here's a better view of the sensor where you can see where it just twists in. It's just an angle there. Just push it up and twist it in. And now I got all the tabs out, and that's where the dashboard is going to hook back into. Every one of them was broken off on this dashboard just from sitting in the sun. Alright guys, so my interior color is 69C, and I used a very dark pewter, so we're going to see how well that matches up. Alright, so here are the side pieces that are molded, and I'd say that color is pretty close. It's looking good. Let's go throw it in. Now I did notice that this ring stayed on this dashboard, but on the other truck it stayed on the truck, so I'm going to have to get new ones for that, fix that. Alright, so I got it laid up on here now, and you can pick it up and look underneath and get all your hooks lined up. See them down in there? You should be able to get those all lined up with the tabs. And then remember, we have these push-ins right here. We're just going to have to push them in. It's right behind the dash above the airbag. Hooked in right there. Checking them all along. Now these fit snugly in here, so just gently just work it and push it back. These already popped in right here. You can hear it pushing in there. I just push it in. I'm going to go on that side and keep pushing it in. All right, so it's in. I'm going to put all the screws in. It's so much better. This dashboard only had one broken part on it, and it's right there, but it won't really matter because there's another triangular piece that goes over the box right here. There's a screw in the front right here. So it's going to hold it all down. It really shouldn't be an issue because that button goes all the way through and locks into this part here. So, I mean the side cover. Guys, and that very dark pewter is spot on, guys. Spot on. Look at that. Looks perfect. That's it. Very dark pewter for the 69C color, interior color. All right, putting these in, make sure you put them in straight because otherwise they'll hit the vent. So make sure you put them in evenly, nice and smooth. For this right here, I just put it in here and I'm just going to push it all the way in and it will, you heard it lock it into place, and then we're in here. So far looking good. Let me keep doing it. All these 7mm got to go back in. All right, guys, so a quick overview. I think the prep was fine. What I would do next time, and what I would recommend that you do, is that take that sponge, a new sponge, wet it, squeeze it out real good, wipe the whole dash down, squeeze it out again, wipe the whole dash down again. You know, do that like 3 times with that plastic prep, or the vinyl prep it's called. Do that a couple times, and then it'll be fine, and then spray it on light coats until you get it the coverage that you want. And I think this came out freaking awesome. It looks great. Cracked dashboards drive me crazy. Don't deal with things that are broken on your truck. Fix them. Get it right. Do me a favor, hit the like button, subscribe, hit the bell for further notification. I'll put links in the description of what I use on this dashboard. Until next time, it's Tepcocyclerepair.